What up, sheet talkers? How's it going tonight? So, we've had a bit of a hiccup. Eric's having to fill in because Mr. Pineapples is having some issues. So, thank you so much for filling in for me.
Always happy to be here.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you're ecstatic about being on. Anyway, guys, so like I said, we are having a little bit of issues, but no worries. We are here, and I'm excited to be here because today I'm bringing you a different show. Today, different as in no one's murdered yet is a possibility, but I'm going to be talking sheet, okay? I mean, that's normal for me. Y'all know that. Y'all know that I talk sheet normally, right? I mean, you chose this life. So,
This life chose me.
yes, that's what it was. You must have been like horrible in your past life because you're like paying like like this is your purgatory. You are seriously in well, not like hell, but I mean it could possibly be considered
In the purifying stage.
Yes, that's what it is. So anyway, guys, thank y'all for being on. If you can, hit the heart, the like, the share. And I might make you angry with some of the sheet that I have to say today, just because, some of the sheet makes me angry when I see it. I don't know if it makes me angry. What does it make me? It makes me come bent to you.
It makes you want to go grab.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so y'all remember I found this Riscotto in Fort Worth, and I'm like, I've never even seen it in Lubbock. Anyway, it's in Lubbock, guys. They have it here. It's a sweet red. If you like sweet reds, this was the one for you. Hey, Anita, thank you for hopping on here. And if Miss Minnie is there, please tell her I said hello and welcome to the show. So, like I said, we are going to be giving out, I mean me. I'm going to be giving out some solid advice to you guys today. Hey, John, how are you, sir? Thanks for hopping in here. So, if you still need some advice, throw it on in here. And I'm going to promise. No, I should not say promise. I'm going to hope to keep your name anonymous. And let me know if you want to be anonymous. I mean, because if you don't want to be out, just throw your business out there. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm just kidding. So, honestly, what stemmed this whole thing for me is I've been invited to lots of groups, like mom groups, and then I've been invited to boutiques. If you invite me to a boutique, send me money, okay? I mean, I just don't be having just money to be spending, right? Tell him to send me money.
True.
Because he has to pay for all these boutiques that you invite me to.
You should see all the boxes.
Okay, so we had like how many today? I mean, just this week.
Or like 10.
We've had quite a bit of boxes. Hey, TC, this is one of my favorite peeps ever. Just love her. TC, what up? Joanne, there's another one of my favorite peeps. Y'all know I just love y'all. Thank y'all so much for being my day ones and always being on my show. So, but anyway, what I was saying was I'm in some of these groups, and sometimes there's some advice that's given that just kind of stresses me out, and I want to type out this whole thing. And then I'm like, you know what? Not even worth it. Not even worth it. So today I decided, you know what? I'm going to dedicate a whole show to this because y'all need to know what I really feel about y'all asking some of these questions. So are y'all ready? And the reason he's on is because Mr. Pineapples is having some issues. And so he's going to read me he's going to read the questions, and I'm going to let you know how I feel about it. Are you guys ready? Anyway, did you have a good day today? Have I talked to you? I just drank with you, but I
very little.
Very little. Drinking or what? Talking?
Both.
What are we talking about? I just asked you how your day was.
Oh, it's good. Kind of winding down the work from home stuff, getting ready to go back to the office finally. So
that's good. I mean, you know what? It's not good. I hate that he's fixing to go back to the office because I can be like, hey, babe, thaw out some stuff. And even though he doesn't respond, he's the worst about text messaging. Even though he doesn't respond.
Don't get offended, people. I do it to my wife as well.
It's not funny. You're going to end up on my show. But anyway, so what was I saying? Anyway, so I hate that he's going to have to go back to his office because I just love the convenience of having it home and saying, hey, thaw this out, or hey, we're going to make this, because he does start dinner for me and stuff like that. So anyway, okay, so you guys aren't here to hear about me. Are y'all ready?
And for the guys out there, if you're looking for guy type advice, go on TikTok, follow this guy called Be a Man on TikTok, and he gives you all the man advice that you ever need.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that where you're learning to be a good husband?
Probably not from him.
It's a little too late. A little too late. What is some advice that you've learned here recently from Be a Man?
It's like, if you got to go to the restroom in a public toilet, just go do it leave the door open, because that's how men poop.
Oh, okay. Don't listen to that. That's horrible. I should have screened his question. Okay. Really? No. Do not be proud of that advice. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and start with the first question, okay? I'm ready.
All right. So, first question tonight. So, what would you do? We've been married for 2 years. My husband has been caught looking and searching for porn videos of stepsis, stepmom, that kind of stuff. I've told him that makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't like it. It grosses me out. I don't care if he looks at porn, but not that stuff. I have a daughter and a son from a previous marriage. I do trust him, and I don't think he would do anything to them. But with the search history of those certain videos, it makes me question myself. I've caught him a total of 4 times now, about 2 to 3 months apart, and each time he said he would stop. He does stop for a month or two, and then he's back searching that. I don't know what to do. I don't have anyone to ask or talk to about it. Sorry for the long question.
Okay. So this is like a lot, and I'm going to be like sensible, and then I'm going to be like for real. So, I mean, he needs therapy. Like if he's looking for stuff that says like stepsis and mom, like that hits kind of close to home because you have a daughter and you have a son. I would say therapy. And then if it doesn't change, you got to go, because honestly, you're putting your kid at risk, right? I mean, y'all put that in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about that. See, and Joanne is my freaking spirit animal. She said, shoot his ass. Joanne, and that's me talking. That was my sensible side. And this side, I'm like, I'm sorry, you can't risk it. You have children. I feel like this would only escalate to more things. Like this is not going to get any better if he doesn't get help now. So I think you need to get therapy. If you don't get therapy, you need to move on past this. And I know that you love him and that he's the best thing that's ever happened and all that shit. But I mean, think about your children. That's what you have to think about, because porn does escalate. Sometimes that's not going to be enough. And why the hell is he looking at stepsis and stepmom stuff? That's too much. As a man, how do you feel about that? Like to be looking at stepsis and stepmom stuff?
That's pretty weird. It's like it's on the border of ancestral.
I feel that way too. That's just that's too much. I mean, you have a stepson. So yeah. If I saw girl,
but
if I caught you looking at that,
roles reversed.
If I caught you looking at it's oof. I mean, Lorena Bobbitt, here I come. I mean, I'm taking her class. I'm not even kidding. But anyway, okay.
Plenty of fields out here.
Yeah. So if you guys have a different opinion than mine, please put that in there. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. It's kind of interesting. Okay.
You ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
Okay. This one is pretty intense.
Get ready, kids.
All right. So here it goes. I found a used condom in my husband's truck. He says he was masturbating and it was for easy cleanup. He has a history of lying and talking to other women, but things had seemed to be better the last few years. I'm torn on what to think or do.
Okay, so this comment that Joanne had sent us, shoot his ass, that's okay. I'm going to go with that, because here's the deal. If he has a history, it's going to continue. You don't just all of a sudden start masturbating with a condom. I mean, that's just kind of really, I've never heard that before.
Super weird.
Not that I've never heard it, but I mean, it's super weird. And it's in his truck. Like, y'all know that men are not very good liars and they slip up. And I'm sorry, this is not used for masturbatory purposes. This was used for cheating. That was used for somebody else. And you've got to go. Like, here's the deal. You need to stop giving him permission to cheat on you. It's freaking lying. If he has a history of lying, he's going to continue. Things don't change. If he hasn't gone to therapy, if he hasn't fixed his issues, then it's the same thing. Okay. So Minnie, I think she's referring back to this other costume, the previous question. I totally agree. He's also opening doors for something to happen. Totally agree. You are opening doors and you're allowing it. And women, you have to protect your children. You have to protect your children. There's nobody else is going to do it. You have to do it. And then into this agreement, to this comment, I'm sorry, she said, bullshit, he's lying. And he is totally lying. And then she adds, men hate condoms. Yes, they do. You're totally right. And why would you use that for masturbating? Totally wrong. No.
Weird.
He is lying and he needs to go. I'm sorry. You just can't do it. Do you have any input on that one?
Yeah, I mean I don't really have any input, but I mean that's just that whole. It just seems like that's a lie because that's just something that popped in his head. It's like, well, what can I say that would be somewhat,
Yeah, he's just trying to see why. He's trying to cover his ass, and that's it.
I mean, I don't know. It just seems super weird to me.
Yeah, it is. And Chon agrees. He's like, nah, Chon. Exactly, Chon. That's a lie, isn't it, Chon? Yeah, totally a lie. I'm sorry. You've got to get out. There is nothing that's going to change this person. I think the thing you said, he's been good for the last few years. I think he's been good at hiding it. He's not. And you know what? I'm going to put some of this on you too. You probably put your blinders on and you chose not to see some of these things. I'm sorry. You can't just blame it all on the man. The woman has to have some responsibility. And it's probably not a popular opinion, but sometimes when we want something to work out, we don't want to be, we don't want to see things. We don't want to see certain things, right?
Yeah. And then on the same token, I mean, you're on these some of the stuff you're only hearing one side of the equation.
True.
So there may have been, his wife could have cheated on him or something, and that led to him exploring stuff or something. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows? Who knows what led him to do whatever he's doing? But
right.
But this is obviously just him covering his own ass,
right, and his penis because he used a condom. But and I'm so glad you brought that up because yeah. So, and you're right. We're only going to be answering on one side because not everybody's putting all their sides of stuff out there.
Well, I did this.
And and he did that. Totally true. And so Joanne has a comment here. She said, he can do that in the shower if he's that much into his wee-wee. So lying dog. I agree. You don't put it on in the shower. So why are you going to do it in your truck? And why would you be doing that in your truck? Okay. So what if you get pulled over?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like indecent exposure or something. Surely that's against the law.
That's kind of what I was going after too. Is like, why would you be even just doing it? I mean, you assume if you're in your truck doing that type of stuff, you're in public. I mean, like where are you going to go? To the park?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like I mean,
yeah,
you're just asking for
trouble when you're doing stuff like that. You are, whether you're asking for trouble at home with the law, there's something. And so, yeah, no, I would say, dump him. And of course, I don't know if there's kids and if there's history, what the history is, but it's over. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Okay.
All right. So next question. So if you've been through a divorce with small children, did you change your last name? And what helped you to decide?
So I've never been through a divorce, but I do have a son that has a different last name than mine. My last name and his last name were, of course, different because I was not married, but that didn't bother me. So, I mean, it's totally a personal preference. I mean, I know that you may want to say, oh, well, we don't want people to ask questions. Yeah, I don't give a shit. If you want to ask me a question, I'll tell you. I'm a freaking open book. It's whatever. But I mean, if you don't want to be disclosing your information and people look at you different because this is your name and this is your last name. We get that all the time. I'm like, and is this your son? I'm like, okay, whatever. But it's no big deal. I mean, you learn to cope with it, change it or not. It's just really, it's paperwork is what it amounts to.
I think the most common thing that I see on that though is that that they don't change their name, just because typically you've been
that for several years
for a bunch of time. That's how everybody knows you.
And like, okay, so say if you have it like on your degree, on your driver's license, I mean, if you have it like on all this other stuff that you're going to have to go and change, like, honestly, it's a waste of time. Like, I feel like it, for me, that's like too much, and I'm kind of lazy, so I don't want to do all that. So I'd probably just keep it. And depending on how you feel about it, do you hate that last name? Does it cause you to hate that person every time someone says, "Oh, you're so and so"?
But in this particular question, she's saying she has small children, so I assume that the kids have the same last name as her at that time. Right. And so I assume it's a her. I don't know. Well, I guess if she's changed her name, but so I think something to consider there is the kids. As the kids grow up, they notice that they have a different name than their mom or whatever. So, I mean, that may influence your decision one way or the other to either keep it or
that's true.
I think probably if you are going to keep it, that's probably one of the deciding factors. Yeah.
So think about the children and don't just think about yourself and hatred and everything else that's in there. But, either that could go either way for me. Like I said, I've been my son and I, we've had the different last name, but I'm also, as an Abby, I'm also at the top of the alphabet. And if I had to change, I'd have to go at the end of the alphabet. So I'm just going to keep it. So get over it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not changing. Chon, we are making him laugh, and I love that. And Minnie said, I think this goes back to our previous question, a time bomb waiting to happen. And I agree. I mean, that's only going to get worse. And you know what? I'd rather you be alone than in a bad relationship. I mean, it's just miserable for everybody. So thank you for commenting, guys.
Are you ready for our next?
I'm ready. And then this, Joanne, you're right. It's not anybody's business what your last name is, what your kid's last name is. It honestly isn't. Just live your life. Live and let live.
I like this one.
Okay.
It says, can anyone give me tips on what to say in ending a situationship? I will gladly appreciate it.
So when you end a situationship, you just say, bye, Felicia. Okay. There is, what? Just cut ties. I don't know why it is that people need closure. I have a friend that always needs closure. I'm not going to mention her name. But anyway, there's just closure, and they need, what? Just quit spending and draining all this energy on what? If it's not going anywhere. And if you classify it as a situationship, it's just easier because obviously you're not in a relationship. You don't care about this person enough to upgrade them to a relationship. It's just a situationship. Something that happened. Just move on. Just say, hey, it's not me, it's you. Yeah,
it's not you, it's me.
No. It's not me. It's you. Learn that. Recite that. Let that be your mantra. No. Just get out of that. Quit wasting your time. Like I always tell Eric, I'm like, if you and I were not to work out, how old am I? I'm fixing to be 40. I'm fixing to be a man. I'm fixing to be 40.
Oh, man.
I know. I can't imagine just wasting my time. Just go. Quit wasting your time. Life is short. If I've learned anything, life is short. So we have some comments coming in. Minnie says, stop having contact. No non-calls in person. Yeah. Just easy. Just stop having contact. And Joanne says, when you're done and walk, then it's done. Exactly. I mean, just cut it. There's just, again, life is too short to be living with drama. And at our age, how old am I? I'm fixing to be 40. Oh my God. I just said that. I'm fixing to be a man and 40. It is, you know what? We don't have time for that mess. Just cut the drama. I'm going to tell you a story about some drama here in just a minute.
Like Booker T used to say back in the day on WCW wrestling.
What?
He'd say, save the drama for your mama.
Hey, and you know what? My mama don't want to hear that shit either. I'm going to tell you right now. My mama don't want to hear that. She doesn't. And Anita says, I agree. Cut that bad energy. Cut that like a bad, what is it? Drop it out like a bad habit. We'll just go ahead and get a refill because I am, like my niece says, I am thirsty.
She's got a heavy pour tonight.
You had a heavy pour. This is our second bottle, and I was trying to save one for the weekend. I only bought 3 people, and we're done. We're almost done. And let's see. Carrie, what does Carrie say? She said, hey, it's not me. It's your red flag. Okay. I had a whole episode on red flags. I still need to finish that because red flags need a part 2. We had like 50. There's so many red flags. Jamie says, hey, you watching until some folks slow up. Okay. Hey, Jamie. I know Jamie's having internet issues. Okay. We are ready for the next one.
Oh.
Sorry. He let the iPad lock up. Now he has to enter my code. Okay. Next question.
All right. Here it goes. So I met this lovely man a month ago, and we are super in love. Thing is, he's 15 years younger. Anyone else managed to have a successful relationship despite the age gap?
Okay. Ready for this shit?
So she's in Cougar Town.
Yes. You met a man a month ago. You're not in love. You're in lust. Okay. You guys are horny. That's all you are. And let go through that and then holler back at me about the age gap. Okay. I'm going to let y'all go for a year. Okay. And then you let me know how much in love you are. And then I'll tell you about the age gap. Okay. If you can make it work with your age gap that you have going on, it's fine. You don't even worry about that. But you're not in love after a month, right?
True that.
All right. Because I didn't love you after a month. I didn't love you after 2 months. But you're in lust. Okay.
I mean, there may be something where it's, there may be something to the love at first sight, but it's probably
lust in first sight.
On the rarer side. You truly don't know anybody until you've been with them for a while.
And sometimes you don't know people when you've been with them for a while.
Well, I mean,
do what? Say something. Oh, that was not a threat.
After 15 years.
You still don't know people.
Well,
do you know me?
I think I do.
I get hangry.
Yes, I know that for a fact.
After how many times do I get hangry? How many minutes would you time it down to?
No, it's not minutes. It's in miles. How many miles have you ran that morning? And how many? And so there's a matrix, right? It's how many miles have you ran on one side, and then how many minutes has it been since your last meal, and it's exponential.
It's true. It's true. So let me catch up on some comments. Chon said no. Chon, which one did you say no to? The age gap?
The last one, the age gap.
Okay.
I think you said that about the Cougar Town.
CPJ says Demi and Ashton until they didn't. Amen to that. Because that was probably, what was the age gap in between those? I don't know. But Anita, you are so right. Hashtag lust at first sight. That's it. You are not in love. I promise you, you are not in love. You don't know that this person snores all night. You don't know that this person scratches their butt with the refrigerator open. There's just so many things. So many things. So many unknowns. You're not in love. Okay? I'm just going to tell you that right now. What you do love is that they're good in bed and you're old, and that's what you love. Okay?
You like the excitement of something new, probably.
You're in love with the excitement of something new. That's what you're. Okay. And then, you know what? I can't even answer your age gap question just because I'm just horny. That's all that is.
I want to know what the age gap is, though. Like, I understand it's 15 years, but are we talking like 60 and 35? Or would it be? That'd be 45, right? 60, 45.
Don't ask me to calculate.
45 and 30. What are we talking here?
And Jamie said, I wish you would. And Joanne says, it's lust and affection. That's what they're thinking is love. Well, exactly. Exactly. You love the fact that he's young or that she's young. I don't know which one it is because it didn't say, oh, he's young. Yeah, you love that he's young. And you know what? He probably loves that you're a cougar and that you're probably going to buy stuff for him. Okay, I'm just going to tell you right now.
He went out, the chances are.
Divorces are. It's called divorces are.
Looking for a lady that was 15 years older than him.
He went out looking for a lady of the night. And a freak in the sheets. And he found her.
He went out there looking for a cougar. And he found one.
And he found one. Okay.
May have been a bobcat, but I don't know.
We don't know yet. Okay. So Chon said yes. And the love. Thank you, Chon. I appreciate that. And then Jamie says lust. There's an internal hormone that prohibits the butterfly in stomach and inhibited you from seeing the red flags. The euphoria is the inhibitor. And there's my spirit animal. It's the wee. Exactly. It's the motion in the ocean.
Just, when you think of 15 years, just think back when you were in high school and you were a senior. That person was like 2 years old. So there's that.
And shut up. Are you saying that because of me and you?
No, what? What are you even talking about?
Are you saying that because I knew you when you were rear facing in a car seat?
No.
Why'd you say, like, why'd you have to go like that?
No, I'm just saying 15 years. That's, a senior in high school dating somebody that's like not even in school yet.
Yeah, exactly. And CPJ says, yes, assistant. He went mattress dancing at Chances Are. Exactly. Exactly.
Everybody knows why you go to Chances Are.
You don't go to Chances Are just because chances are you're going to take somebody home. So Jamie says high levels of dopamine and a related hormone, norepinephrine, are released during attraction. These chemicals make us giddy, energetic, and euphoric, even leading to a decreased appetite and insomnia, which means you actually can be so in love that you can't eat and sleep. Let me tell you something. There's never been a point in my life where I can't eat. Okay. I will always eat.
Except when they put braces
Except when they put braces on me on the first day. Other than that, I've always been able to eat. And Minnie says, and you supporting his ass. Thank you. That's what he's in love with. That is exactly what he's in love with. I've seen these things happen. I'm blind. I was born at night, but not last night. And then look, Anita coming in. I wonder if she has money. She's got to have money. I'm gonna tell you right now, she's gonna have some fake boobs, some fake culo. There's some fake
somebody had some money that put some money into her.
And James says, I go to dance. Where do you go dance? Oh, you go to dance. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Let me just tell you this. In our clubbing days, we never went to Chances Are. So we don't go there. And Jamie also said, andale. Exactly. Andale. Okay. Next question. You guys ready?
Next. Oh man, this one's a longer one.
It's a longer one, but let's just paraphrase
so
it.
So this one is having to do with relationship advice. So I had a second date last night. He seemed like everything I wanted on the first date, but after getting to know him more, and especially last night, I think he is coming on way too strong. I normally like that when I'm into someone. I'm into someone when he acts very into me, but last night he asked if I was talking to anyone else, and I said the truth, that I haven't been since we met last week. He replied, "Can you say that and look me in the eyes?" Then after he asked, after he asked, when was the last person I slept with, I didn't answer at first and was so shocked. He even asked, then stupidly said, with my ex, again before I met you. And he said again to look at him in the eyes and say that. When I did, he said, I kept looking away, and that can indicate lying. I was just uncomfortable. Shortly after that, the date ended. I was very creeped out. Earlier in the night, he asked how I would like being his wife and to have him rub my feet every night, talking about us being married, even casually like that on the second date, was a little much.
Okay, run. Freaking run. Take off your freaking chanclas and run the other way. There's so many red flags. There is no reason why this guy. What did he ask her on the second date? Ask her if she'd been with anybody.
No. If she was talking to anybody since they'd met.
No.
And if she'd slept with anybody
since they'd met. This guy is trying to control you. No. Fuck that. Go. Do not. And then what are you going to do? I'm sitting here telling you no to not to. And what are you going to do?
And then he called her a liar, basically, because he said, look me in the eyes. And then he said, well, you were looking away. And so that indicates lying.
Look here, FBI man. If that's who you are, trying to read my body language, go away. Look, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to save you some grief. Run. Okay. There is no saving this. He does not need to know any of those questions. And you're going to end up on my murder podcast. Okay. I cannot break it down to you any further. Bye. Okay. There is no couples therapy for this.
Red flags.
Okay.
For your second date.
Right.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's only 2 dates. You as a man. I mean,
she didn't give us a time frame. Like, is it like 2 months?
It's 2 dates. It's the second time that they've seen each other.
Well, yeah.
Ask me something like that, I'm going to punch you. And then call me a liar? Oh, no. Okay, let's get to these comments. Let's see here. Minnie says, moving way too fast. I agree. He is moving way too fast. Like, you don't ask that. You don't ask that on a second date. You are still in your best behavior mode, okay? Don't do it. Joanne says, run. Not good. A control freak. Exactly. right there with you. Stacy, hi, Stacy. Creeper, run. Exactly. Run as fast as you can. And Minnie, he's possessive. He's already possessive on a second date. It's not going to get any better. I'm sorry. You know what? I know that all these women are just like, oh my God, it's because he's into me. He's not into you. He's a jerk. He's trying to own you. He's trying to control you. No, I don't think so. CPJ says, well, Lady Luck, don't date the CIA rejects. Hashtag sucks to suck. Exactly. Exactly. Like this guy has been studying stuff, has been reading things. No. This guy's bad news. Like if you would have asked me that on a second date, we wouldn't be here almost 16 years later.
Almost 16 years.
Almost 16. Jamie, what do you mean those people are here? Tell me more. I'm curious about this.
Who are those people? Those people.
Wait.
Bye.
Is it aliens? Are aliens here? And he said bye. You know what? You're so right. On his second date, his true colors are coming out. And that's, you know what? That's a bit sudden, but that's your saving grace though. If you see this, please do not accept a third date, okay? It's not going to end well for you. Then you're going to be wondering 10 kids later where you went wrong. You went wrong by going past date number 2. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200, okay?
Go straight to jail.
Straight to jail, ma'am. Don't do it. And you know what? There's probably a reason why he's single. Okay, I'm sure of it. Okay. Anita says, where are these women finding these creepy men?
Chances are.
They're going to divorce his R, Anita. Joanne says, I've been married 42 years and never ask him that. Not my business. And don't ask me anything because you'll be pissed. Exactly. But you know what? I'm an open book. Eric knows absolutely everything. Because I just be telling him everything because I know he's not going to get crazy. If he gets crazy, he'll end up on my show. Speaking of which, Johnny Cash bumped me. So
it was Johnny Cash.
I kind of have like a little bit of a black eye here. But anyway, not relevant to what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah, that makes me look bad.
No, if you were to say you had a black eye, everybody would know what happened. Anyway.
All right.
What you got?
Difficulties again.
What you got, baby?
Oh, my. All right. So it's been a month now that my BF has been fired from work where we both worked. I still work alone, though. He can't get a job because he has no documents and is in progress of getting them back so he can get a job. He told me that's the only way he can get a job. And I'm the only one spending all the money and working full time.
I think she meant earning. Yeah, surely.
Probably. I'm only 21 and I'm super stressed and he's 26. I don't know if I should calm down, but I'm helping him a lot and it makes me so frustrated that I'm the only one helping myself out.
Okay. I've been prepping for this one my whole life. You ready for this?
Should I get some Phil Collins?
Yeah. So here's the deal on this. And I feel very strongly about this. If you are in a relationship, you guys are putting both the work into this household. Okay. Some of you have the luxury of staying home because your spouse makes enough money to provide for both of you. And sometimes it's both, a 2-income household. Whatever it is, you guys have to work together. In this situation, he was fired. We don't know why he was fired. And she also says he's not documented. But I'm going to tell you this. Where there is a will, there is a way. If he wanted to work, he would have found a job by now. Something that paid under the table until he could get his documents. Okay? Now, you are going to be and continue to be resentful of you being the only breadwinner. Because obviously, you're writing this because you already are resentful. If this is not the relationship that you want to be in, if you can foresee his laziness, then you need to go. Okay. You are not in the business of supporting anybody. And he's 26 years old. Okay. Documented or not, he can still find a job.
Am I going to ask the obvious question here?
Ask me.
So if the only way that he can get a job is if he's documented, then how did he get that job that he got fired from?
Thank you for asking that. Exactly. Because he was looking for a job when he found that one. I'm sorry. I call BS on that. you need to find you somebody that's going to work. Do not get pregnant by this man, in case you're wondering that. I know you didn't ask that, but I'm going to tell you right now, do not, because you're going to continue to be the breadwinner and the earner, and he's going to be a lazy ass. Okay. Thank you. And Minnie said, this was to the previous, these type of men seek out women who appear weak. Yes, you're right. You're so right. That's what they do. And Sean said, get rid of him. Bye, bye, bye. Thank you. And Minnie says, bullshit. He's a taker and he will stick everything you have. And this goes for men and women. Okay. Do not be with people that are moochers. Okay. I have a very strong opinion about that. Eric and I both work, and we both put into this relationship. There is just no way that I would be. Well, one, we have a certain lifestyle that we both need to be working. And by that, I mean, I need to order 10 packages a day.
Somebody's got to pay.
Somebody's got to pay. But we both work. And I love that. I love being able to help my husband. And I love that we're both building towards our future goals. And I love that. And I don't want to be resentful. And I don't want him to be like, man, I'm doing all this work and she just sits here and buys stuff. And I don't want that for us. Okay. But if you want that for you, then don't be rotten in this. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to resent him, and it's not good for you to be in a relationship where you guys are resentful. Okay. Because all you're going to do is just be mad at him. So
like he's just trying to be lazy.
I feel like that too. He's just trying to be lazy and coming up with an excuse. But I'm going to tell you right now, where there's a will, there's a way. He can work. And Miss Joanne says, it's a cop out on his part. He found exactly. He found the gravy train. He found his cash cow. And now he's going to come up with every excuse in the book.
She's like, are you calling me a cow?
Yeah, I did call you a cow. You're a cash cow. I did. All right. CPJ says, were you in love within 1 week? 2, if you want to play house, then for better or for worse, sister, it's called maturity. Number 3, if you don't want to hit bumps with people when you're the one giving and not taking, then don't play house. Keep your finances and home separate. 4, if he isn't working, if he isn't trying to find work, then buy. Amen, CPJ. Amen to this and all of this. Okay. Because everybody wants to play house until it comes time to bills. Everybody wants to be all this, oh, it's so cute and lovey-dovey and blah, blah, blah. No, do not move in together if you are not ready for the responsibility of paying bills. And you're right. I mean, this is the person that you chose to live with. And that's a choice that you're making. And your mama raised you better than that. But here you are because, oh, I love him. No, you don't. You love him in bed. And because he does the right things in bed. That's all you do. Okay.
Or you love not being alone. You love not coming home to an empty whatever.
I love coming home to clean sheets. Did you wash the sheets today? No, you didn't. Okay. Anyway. Oh, Minnie says, and those types of men are hard to get rid of better now than it's so true. They become squatters. They become squatters in your life. You can't evict them. You can't totally.
There's an eviction moratorium currently.
OMG. Oh my gosh. Joe Baker made it to my show. Oh, I can't wait.
He didn't make the first comment.
I mean, it's 40 minutes into it, but you made it. You know what? Late Echo Joe, I appreciate you coming in here. Okay, next question. Joe, do you have a question you need me to answer? Go ahead and submit it. Let me know. Let me know if you need some advice from the Dr. Roscato. Okay.
Super long.
Okay, we can skip on to that one, then we'll come back to it. That is so long. Oh my. Why do y'all say so long things? Just paraphrase it, people.
All right. You want to read it or no?
Oh, well, let's go on to the next one. I'm going to come back to it.
Okay. All right. Here's a simple, short one.
Look at this one. Minnie says they spend your money to please you. Exactly. Spend your money to please you. Read that again, lady.
Yeah.
You're so right, girl.
Just get a loan to ask him if you want something from the
convenience store. Oh my gosh, yes. Can I borrow $20? You want something from the store real quick?
All right. So this girl asks, so I have 2 men that really want me.
Oh, what a burden.
But I only want to be with one of them. But also don't want to hurt the other one because I've known the other one for a long time. Any advice?
Look, girl. Okay. You so dumb. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Just be honest. Be honest with yourself and be honest with that guy. If you don't want to be with him, don't lead him on. Because I bet you I bet you what you're doing is keeping your options open. That's what you're doing. You're just stringing him on in case that other guy does you wrong. You're like, oh, I have this little fool to fall back on. Quit. Okay. Do not, you know what? You're just pissing me off with this question. Leave that poor good man alone and you go with that other one because he's probably crappy. He's probably the bad boy that you're looking for, right? That's exactly what it is.
A-hole.
Yeah. Oh, that's because but I love him. There's another one, but you love him. No, you don't. Okay. Go be with who you're gonna be with. Quit leading this man along. Okay. That's you know what? That's all I gotta say to you. Let me read some of these comments. Joe says, my wife is great at backhanded compliments. Should I ignore them or give her one back? Look, Joe. You know I love you. You're my brother. You're my brother from another mother. Okay. Ignore. You just say thank you. Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to end up on my show as a true crime.
Just be a smartass.
No, don't do it. You're trying to get him killed.
No, I'm just saying.
Like
backhanded compliment. Like, oh man, that's what I've always attempted to be in life.
No, Joe, look, listen to me. I will never steer you wrong. I want you to live a little bit longer. I mean, granted, you old as hell, but I mean, I want you to live a little bit longer. That's all. Don't say nothing. Okay, Joe. All right. Chon says bye. Exactly. Look, you're right, Chon. You're so right. If you hesitate between me and someone else, don't choose me. Thank you. Exactly. Don't do it. Man, CPJ. Yes, that okay. These are words to live by. If you hesitate between me and you and someone else, don't choose me. These are words to the wise. You're so lucky I didn't have anybody to choose between me.
Based on this,
you're my only option. I just settled. I'm just kidding.
Based on this I saw my passport photo. Picture, I highly doubt that she's highly sought after and by.
Is she? Oh my God! I'm gonna zoom into this real quick. Hold on. She's wearing jorts, but not the cute one. Look at her jorts. I thought it was like, oh my God. Look, I'm not even here to. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not here to be judging people's clothing. Let's see what Joanne says. And you're not Joe Baker?
Oh, making backhanded compliments.
Yeah, I don't think Joe wants to live. Oh, we made the Joe Baker laugh. Thanks for that great question, Joe. Okay, next question.
Next. All right.
Okay.
So
hold on. Let me
changing topics.
Let me preface this real quick. So this is probably the second reason why I decided to do this show. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So I need some skin remedies. What do y'all use to help with dry and itchy skin? It's driving me crazy. Also have keratosis pilaris. Help a girl out.
Okay. Let me tell you something. I know in the MLM world, we all want to be boss babes. Trust me, I love the MLM world. I'm signed up with 1 billion MLMs. Okay?
I think she means pyramid schemes.
Pyramid schemes. I love pyramid schemes. I might be Egyptian. I just love the pyramid so much. But anyway, let me tell you something. My whole life, I have battled with keratosis pilaris. And what that is little bumps on your arms and little bumps on your thighs and little bumps on your face. Okay, so I'm going to tell you something. I have spent, how much would you say?
Thousands.
We've spent thousands in our 16 years trying to get my skin better. And you know what? None of the little soaps and the bars and the lotions, none of that shit has worked for me. You know what has worked for me? Going gluten-free and dairy-free. And every time I see this question, I go on there and I'm like, please consider going gluten-free and dairy-free. And no, y'all heifers don't listen. Y'all decide to be listening to this boss babe that says, here, try this bar that works for me. You know what? It doesn't work. Okay. I'm gonna tell you why, because I probably brought your product and it didn't work for me. Okay. The only thing that has helped me is being gluten-free and dairy-free. My diet change is what helped me. Because guess what? Your body is telling you are having an allergic reaction to something.
And,
okay.
And to be fair with that, I don't think it's always going to be the same answer for everybody. It may not be gluten-free, dairy-free for everybody. But the point being, it's probably something that you're ingesting into your body that's making you have a reaction, some kind of allergic reaction. It may be dairy, maybe corn, it may be who knows what, sugar. I mean, who knows? You know, there's a number of factors that could cause different things to happen in your body. Sometimes the best thing to do is do an elimination diet. just stop eating everything but one thing and then slowly add everything back and see what causes the issue.
And I'm not patient enough to do that, but thank you for hopping in there and giving that advice. But I'm gonna tell you right now, stop. Okay. If someone says, I don't want an MLM, don't force your product on them. Okay. Because,
but there are no miracle cures.
There is no miracle cures.
As much as we like,
as much as you want instant gratification.
As much as we like essential oils.
I do love essential oils. I can sleep at night with my essential oils. But anyway, I'm not going to push it on you. I'm not going to push it on you. Whatever you want, I'll sell it to you. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm not going to lie to you about it and tell you, oh, this worked for me. Okay. Because sometimes it might not work for you. Okay.
And if y'all don't know, Sandy reps
Shut up. And I'm not here to promote myself. That's why I said I love the pyramid scheme. I'm Egyptian. I totally am. But
Sandy's trying to be on the top of the pyramid.
I am, but I'm never going to get like that because you know what? I'm not pushy. Like if you want the shit, I'll sell it to you. But I'm not going to push it. Quit. We're talking about the people. Let me read some of these comments. Anita says, Sandy, CPJ should be your assistant in answering some of these questions. Anita, if this goes over really well, CPJ is going to be on my part 2. Okay. So if y'all really like me talking shit to y'all, let me know. Because CPJ is down for, because she's so good. I always tell her I love her brain. She's got a good brain. Let's see. Joanne says, you're the best at backhanded compliments. She learned it from you, dude. Really? Joe Baker? Tell me more about your backhanded compliments. Look at this. Chon agrees with me. Like more than 1,000%.
That's like almost infinity.
That's like infinity % that he agrees with me. CBJ says, can we give advice to the girls who wear janties? The jean panties.
In the world? That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Girl, we don't need to see your Britney Spears. hashtag it's Britney, bitch.
Okay. I think so. That I was like, what the heck is she even talking about?
I don't know what y'all are talking about.
I think she's talking about like jean shorts, like the jean shorts that were like I've we've been in public and I'm like, if I had a daughter, I would never.
Oh, the snatch covers.
I would never ever let.
Yes, that only cover your snatch. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah.
That's what I assume. That's what she's
is that. What
about.
CPJ? If that's what you're talking about, snatch covers, then totally, because that's what we call them. Like Eric and I are like snatch. Look at those snatch covers. These girls are like little teeny boppers wearing snatch covers, and I'm like, oh my god.
And then when it's what below 50 degrees, what do you call them?
They're polar bears when you're at the tech game, and they're wearing these snatch covers and boots, and you're like, okay, girl. But I do understand you can't sell your goods if you don't show them off. I always tell Eric that. Anyway, what did you learn from her? I don't understand this comment. Joanne Vargas, I learned it from her. Somebody explain that to me. Okay, next question.
How are you making comments?
I bet it's Jamie's in there.
All right. Here we go. So my partner don't want to have a baby.
Doesn't want to have a baby.
What? My partner don't want to have a baby from, she said that things are not going to be the same and we're not going to have any more that we used to spend. What?
Some of this grammar is just kind of.
It's making my brain hurt. My partner don't want to have a baby from me. I'm interjecting.
From what she said,
from what she said, things are not going to be the same, and we're not going to have the time anymore that we used to spend together. But my question is, if we're going to have a baby, things should be the same as they used to be, or I'm confused.
Okay, so these little crotch wreckers, you know what? Your life will never be the same. They're crotch wreckers. They wreck your crotch. They do. These little babies. They just come out, especially their big ones.
I've heard a bunch of different names for babies, and that's the first time I've ever heard it.
Well, anyway, whatever. These little babies, yes, your life is totally going to change. And yes, your wife is totally going to change because once she was devoted to you, sure. And now she's not devoted to you. She's devoted to this little potato. And let's be honest, these little babies, when they're born, they're so ugly. And everybody's like, oh, they're so cute. No, they're not. They're little squishy potatoes. Okay. Just throw it out there. And that's how I feel about your potato. But anyway, No, things are never going to be the same. But here's the thing. You have to work at it. You have to make date night for yourself. But it's not going to happen like right away. Some of these moms don't want to let go of their babies, until they're 2, 3 years old. It's really hard finding a trustworthy babysitter. So yes, things are never going to be the same. If she doesn't want to have a baby with you, then you might want to look elsewhere if that's what you want in your life. If you want a baby and she does not, you guys want different things, okay? Might not be the one for you. So quit trying to force it. And just know that if you do have a baby, it's not going to be the same, but you can work at your marriage. You can continue to do date nights. And once all of her parts go back together, then you can start doing things, but it's going to be a minute. Okay. Thank you. Come again. So let's see. Chon says, no, thank you. Thank you, Chon. No, thank you. And CPJ says, yep, but Janties equals snatch attackers. Thank you very much for clarifying. And Joe Baker says, nope, things are never the same with kiddos. They're not, because now instead of booking a flight for 2, you have to book a flight for how many ever chitlins you decided to have. And everything's going to cost more. Going out is more because you're going to have to get a sitter. You're all going to have to go out. It's true. Things are never going to be the same. But that doesn't mean you don't want to have kids. She probably just has different goals than you. And if you guys have different goals, then you guys need to go separate ways instead of sitting there and dwelling on it. Okay? You're too old for shit.
And also recommend having kids later in life. Not later, not like later in life, but like.
So Eric and I have decided
20.
We've decided that we are now at the age where we should probably have children. We've already messed 2 little suckers up. So this third one is going to be a gift to the world.
Yeah.
We know what to feed the child. We know how to take care of a child. We know to love on a child and nurture.
Now we are mature enough to have kids.
We are mature enough. But anyway, this is a different story for a different day. Okay, ready? Next question. I'm ready.
All right. So simple question here. Why is it so hard to let go of someone even if you know it's the best thing?
You know why? Because we get freaking comfortable. We get so comfortable in being in this because this is what you know. This is the familiarity.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't say that word. The Riscato makes me speak cursive. And you get complacent. You get to where this is it for y'all. This is what you're used to. And it's hard to let go of that, even though you know that you deserve better. You're complacent. Listen. Don't. Just let go of it. If it's not meant to be, why do you force it? If you have to force it, it's shit. Okay? If you have to force it, it's shit. Okay? Don't do it. Just simple.
I'm going to put that on a greeting card.
I'm sure it's on there.
If you have to force it.
It is. It is. Because you think it's a fart and it's shit. Okay. You have to force
Hallmark.
it. It's quality. Hallmark. Yeah. Sheet mark. Let's do sheet mark. Anyway, it is hard. It is going to be hard to let go of something because you've been there forever, because you like it and all this good stuff. But
that's like one of the things that like the person is super toxic, but you still somewhat enjoy them. Like because you know how some people like pain. You know, they like being punished. And
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel that kind of pain.
That's what that kind of thing is. Like, the person is toxic, but you still like them.
Yeah. Because you like that, because you like the drama, because you can't live without it.
You like to get punched in the face.
Yeah, you dramatic people.
Anyway.
Although that is Johnny Cash. That's just a disclosure. That is Johnny Cash. Joanne, I think you're asking me if I'm kidding about another kid. I'm not kidding about another kid. I would totally do it, but our factory is closed. And if I end up with another kid, I'm totally dead. Dead. Not dead, because I do what I want, but it won't be. I will be on the Maury Povich show because we'll all be trying to figure out who the daddy is. And Chon said, no. Joanne says, I have nightmares about having another kid. I don't know if I have nightmares. I mean, I occasionally have daydreams, but who knows? Joe says, a glutton for amen. You are a glutton for punishment because you continue to be there. Miss CPJ says parenting also includes teaching your kids what a marriage looks like. Your goal should be to get them out, being able to stand on their own and successful inside a healthy relationship. If your home includes two parent figures, show them what love looks like by making your partner the number one human in your life, period. My husband comes first, then my kids, and they know it. Amen. There's so much more to parenting. That's like a city in Texas. Yeah. But yes, you're so right. And so one of our biggest rules was like, we're not going to argue in front of our kids. Now, were we always successful in that? No. We bicker quite a bit in front of our kids, and our kids know that, but never.
And they laugh at it.
And they laugh because we're the Bickersons, but never to like full-fledged argument, because Eric knows that I'm right and he's wrong. So there's that.
It's a secret.
It's a secret to the marriage, right, baby?
Mm-hmm.
We have time. We have a couple of minutes. We have a few more minutes for another question. What you got?
Oh, is that all of them?
No, there's more.
Oh, all right. Simple question, but it can go pretty deep. If his phone is locked, is he cheating on you?
Okay.
I got a simple question. The simple answer for this: no. You know why? Because sometimes your company makes you put a dang passcode on your phone so you can have your company apps on it.
So, and because I once was employed with a company and I had my email on my phone, I did also have the requirement of having to have a passcode on my phone, and it wasn't a simple passcode. So, no. Okay. No toxic women and men. If the phone is locked, it does not mean he's cheating on you. Okay. But
if he won't give you the passcode.
If he won't give you the passcode, and if you're asking for the passcode, you got freaking problems. You got more than just a passcode on your phone. If you're having to ask someone to give you the passcode, you've got freaking problems, and it's more than I can handle and answer. Okay. But all you asked me, if his phone is locked, is he cheating on you? No, it's not. Simple answer. No. Simple.
Mm-hmm. All right. You
Okay.
got one more?
We've got a couple more.
All right.
Oh, Jamie, I'm just now looking at my phone. I just saw that you had texted me.
All right. Here we go. Kind of shifting gears here. Does anyone have a young child with ADHD that doesn't medicate? We think our 4-year-old might have it. Symptoms fit to a T. Everything I've read, he's too young for an official diagnosis. Is there anything we can do to help with symptoms? How do you discipline a child with ADHD? Anything and every info will help.
Okay, so thank you for asking that, because I have 2 kids that are diagnosed with ADHD, and before going on a gluten-free and dairy-free diet, I had no idea what all their triggers were. So some of their triggers, some of the biggest triggers are red dye. So what you want to start doing is researching gut health. I know I sound like a freaking broken record, but the reason I sound like a freaking broken record is because I paid a small fortune to find all of these things out that I wish I would have known when my boys were little, because I fed them foods that made their ADHD a lot worse than it should have been. Red dye, Hawaiian punch. Do not give your children red dye. Do not give your children Hawaiian punch, because that's basically what you're giving them.
And red dye.
Sugar. Try to eliminate it. Try to eliminate sugar. Try to eliminate all the dyes.
Just limit it.
Yeah, even if you can't eliminate, limit it. And if you want more information on that, I will be glad to help you with those things. But I'm just going to tell you right now, diet for your children that are ADHD will do wonders for them. Okay. So don't rush quickly to medication. And yes, you're right. You have a 4-year-old, and that is the youngest. I want to say Cade was medicated at 5. So definitely just say 4. So definitely 4 is super young, and you don't want, and honestly, you don't want to medicate. I've never been a fan of medicating my children, but I just had to because I knew that they needed it. So look at eliminating certain foods. Do a little bit of research. Reach out to me if you have any more questions, but I can try to help you answer more questions than my time slot allows. I think I have okay, comments. CPJ says, people, can we please heal before taking our toxic luggage into the next relationship and blame them for yesterday's problems? Don't bleed your wounds on someone who didn't cut you. Amen, CPJ. That is so true, because we go into relationships like, oh, well, I don't trust any man. And then guess what? Now you're fighting because you don't trust this man because this man was cheating and you're accusing this new man of cheating. Exactly. Don't bring your toxic luggage onto this new relationship. Okay? It's not going to work. You just keep bringing up old shit. Not going to happen. Do we have time for one more question? I have one more. Just read that one. Yeah, that one.
It's your time.
It's my show, right? I do what I want.
We do what we want.
Okay. I have one more question, and then we're going to call it.
So here's the question. So why is it hard to forgive after someone has hurt you? Is it because we don't know how to let go of the hurt?
You answered your own question. You are exactly right. We don't know how to let go. We say, oh, I forgive you. But then guess what? We hone in on that. We hone in on whatever it is that they said to us. If they said we snort at night or whatever they said to us, we hold on to that and we can't let go. We freaking keep a Rolodex of that shit. We go back and be like, oh, look here, May 1st, 2010, you acted a fool. And you hold on to that because why? You truly don't forgive them. If you truly would forgive them, you would move on past that. But you keep replaying that scenario. So what you need to do is find a coping mechanism. If you truly do forgive that person for that, then just say, okay, this is how mad I'm going to be. I'm going to be mad for 24 hours over this situation, and then I'm going to get over it.
Well, I think that just speaks to human nature. You know,
for sure.
Human nature is. Somebody can do, out of 100 things they do for you, 99 of them could be great things. And one of them is something bad. And the only thing that anybody's going to remember is the bad thing that you did.
Yeah.
I think that's just human nature. So I think one of the best ways to forgive somebody is to think about all the good things that they've done for you, all the good times that you've had together, all the, I'm sure for the one time that they hurt you, there may be 5-10 times that they've done something good for you. So just try to think about some of the things that person's done good that you like, and then maybe that'll help you to get over some of the hurt. I don't know.
Babe, is that what you do? Because I piss you off frequently.
That's what I do. That's what I do on a daily basis.
I mean, I piss you off like pretty much every other day that ends in a Y.
So I just think of all the good times.
Damn, like I don't know if we've had that many good times. Do you have to go back to your Rolodex of good times? That's good. I'm so glad you said that. Yes, because you're so right. Because we hone in. There's a couple of people that can vouch for that. We are negative. We can hold on to that negative bullshit because we just can. Look here. Look at my spirit animal coming in here hot. She said, easier said than done. It's hard to forget the hurtful things. Trust me. I know, because I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to move on past this. And then I have this conversation. I sit there and then at 2:00 in the morning, my eyes open and I'm like, oh, I should have said this to this mother trucker. But you're right, babe. I'm going to try to be more like you. Just kidding. I'm not. I'm still going to hold on to my shit. You know how I do. CPJ says, it's hard to forgive people who we assumed to be unconditional. Forgiving doesn't equal fellowship. They don't have to sit at your table ever again for you to forgive them. Trust people when they show you who they are. Amen to that. And I said something similar, not as poetic and as brilliant as you, but I always said, damn, I can't think of it. It's escaping me, but it's like, I don't wish that you went hungry, that you were starving, but you just can't eat at my table. It's something beautiful like that. I don't wish for you to starve to death, but you just can't eat at my table anymore. You don't have permission to hurt me anymore. Yeah.
And the thing is too, people tend to say, in the heat of moments, like say you're in some kind of an argument or some kind of stressful situation, a lot of times some people will say things that are hurtful that they may not mean.
He's talking about me. Go ahead.
And you got to at some point you got to just understand that it's in that, things were said in the heat of the moment that may not actually, just because they said
I didn't
hurtful
mean
things
it when I said you were fat. I just meant you were big boned. That's all. That's all I meant. Just kidding. Guys, oh my gosh, we're over our time. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you liked our episode today, you know what? We may do this once a month. I don't know. I just do whatever shit I want to do. But I enjoyed reading these comments, and these are things that I wanted to say that I didn't get to say on some of these posts that these people shared, because people just be putting their business out there. Thanks for being my last minute guest.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
CPJ, put it down on your calendar. But yes, if you liked it, let me know. Holla, share, hit me on the replay.
Subscribe.
Share, like, and subscribe. And guys, remember, I still want to talk murder sheet with you guys, and I still want to look at cold cases and all of the above. I enjoyed being on here tonight. I enjoyed answering all of these questions for my educated opinion. Thank you. You're very wise. I appreciate that. Anyway, guys.
That sounded like a backhanded compliment.
What?
Joe, let me know.
Right. Joe, you're the expert on backhanded compliments. What do you think that sounded like? Anyway, guys, you guys have a good night. Remember, let's keep talking sheet. Okay? And I should have had this ready, but I didn't. Good night, everybody.